Hey everyone, I'm Arlen Bento Jr. Welcome to the Shoot Par Now Golf Show with my main man, James Stammer.
Hey.
Welcome to another week of Shoot Par Now where we cover the tour. We talk about the Shoot Par Now program. We put a lesson in at the back end, so make sure you watch all the way to the end to catch our new lesson today. And how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing good here. Weather's starting to change a little bit already. I felt a little coolness in the evening, a little coolness in the morning. Not cool by any standard, but like 74, 75.
Yeah, I played golf yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Was over in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
We had an 8:08 tee time.
Yeah.
And I noticed on a second hole, I was looking at the GPS thing and it said 73 degrees. I was like, you know what? This is actually kind of nice.
It's fall, right? So that's always good. So summer I thought summer was pretty quick this year. Like I thought it came and left and was pretty quick. But anyway, that means that the weather up north's getting cold.
Yeah,
and so
they'll start coming down soon.
Come on down, book your stuff now. Go to shootparnow.com. Learn about what we do. Okay, so PGA Tour Procore Championship in beautiful Napa, California. That's a beautiful part. You ever been?
Oh, I've been there, yeah.
Oh, man, that is like...
Yep.
And when they do the pan on the tour and they go out, I mean, it's kind of at the bottom of some foothills where Silverado is on the north course. I think they played it. And what a beautiful golf course. But what was interesting, because this is the first tour event since the FedEx Cup and the finals, right? So it's kind of the start of the year, sort of. Right?
The guys they've taken their couple of weeks vacation, and now it's like, okay, now
and
I'm ready to get rolling again.
And the elite players, they probably don't play a lot this time of year, but it's a great time for some of the younger guys, the guys that don't have status or have minimal status, and they can kind of make some money early, which is beneficial, right? So towards the end of next year, they have more chance, right, to get into FedEx Cup and other things. But our friend, our man.
Who's that?
Our buddy.
What's his name? I've never heard of this guy before.
Scottie Scheffler again for the 6th time this year, right? 6 times wins. And you know what?
19th win total.
He almost gave it away. I mean, he was back. He was behind like 8 shots on the weekend or something, right?
Yeah.
Comes charging back. Plays great, wins by 1 over another one of our friends we've been talking about all year, Ben Griffin.
Ben Griffin, yeah.
Almost got confused by another Griffin that was in the leaderboard. I think it's Lotano.
Yeah.
Wherever he came from, but he was right there. And I was reading it going, it's like, is that the same guy? No, it's a different Griffin.
He doesn't have the glasses, the big aviator sunglasses.
That's true. Yeah, Griffin had his. And, Griffin had a chance. So Scheffler, what is he? He 3 putts. I forget what hole it was, like 17? Was it 17 or something? He 3 putts and gives them like a shot, right?
Yeah.
And makes par on the last hole. And I forgot what hole it was, 3 putts. I got to go back and look at it. But, he's like 15 feet, easy birdie putt. And he just runs by, misses. And then Ben Griffin, right, hits the par 5 and 2 on the last hole and 3 putts. And just, I'm talking just tugs it.
Just missed.
But what a great year for Scottie Scheffler. Well, I guess a year and now a new year, right? But the big thing is that I thought this was brilliant. So all the Ryder Cup guys played. I think 10 out of 12?
10 of the 12 were there, yeah.
Yeah, and
Keegan Bradley got to mess around with pairings,
just
to get them to play with one another and see how they were.
Yeah, so I thought
they got along.
I thought that was really smart. Now, no offense to Silverado Resort, it ain't going to be Bethpage.
No,
it's not going to be Bethpage. And in the simulator, in honor of today's show, because we are going to cover Ryder Cup here too. There's Bethpage, and one of my young better players and I, we were playing some holes in it.
You could see the guy screaming in the background.
Oh well, it won't look anything. That hole's wide open, right? But at the course, those fairways are going to be like that, and that rough is so thick. Oh my gosh, they're going to have so much problems with that golf course. I'm telling you, it's going to be like brutal. But I thought it was pretty good.
Well, one thing Scheffler did.
Yep.
He shot 70 on his opening round.
Correct.
That's the first time in 21 rounds he's not been in the 60s.
On an opening round?
No, rounds. 21 straight rounds. in the 60s.
So he's not shot 70.
So he hasn't been in the. He hasn't had a 70 to 7 to start.
Fathom that. Fathom that.
21 straight rounds in the 60s.
Wow. On tour.
On tour, yeah.
We're not talking your local muni here, guys. We're not talking 6,500 yards here.
Yeah.
We're talking monsters.
7,200 or.
Well, this was 72 something. It was playing all the way back there too. Yeah. That's his first 70. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to be player of the year.
What do you think?
So he shoots 67 down the stretch. Brendan Griffin had a chance we talked about, and it's his 19th career win. So that's a lot. So he's on a great trajectory.
A few, yeah.
Course was 7,100. So it wasn't crazy long. That's why the scores were a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But they say like number 9 was the toughest hole. It was par 4, 458.
Were they drinking a lot of wine? I mean, they're in the Napa.
They probably would at night. I would have been
drinking a lot of wine.
There's a lot of places that you could go and get great wine. So I got some stats from Scheffler, just kind of interesting. I thought so. He was number 1 in the field on shots gained off the tee. So he drove it better than everybody. He averaged 308. So he's not monstrous, but he's out there, right?
Yeah.
His key birdies from 25 feet, 11 feet, and 5 feet on Sunday really sealed it. Like those were the ones he really, obviously. And then he's just tougher than everybody, man. He just pushed through.
You saw that on Saturday. He shot 64 on Saturday with a double bogey.
Yep. So it tells you how good he played, right? The turning points were hole 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. Those were all holes where, he kind of got a birdie and then he gave one back and he got a birdie and then he gave one back and he got a birdie. So it was kind of like, he birdied 10 and then he's going like that. And then, solid par on 16, another par. And then of course, the good finish that he had. So anyway, quite impressive. Got to give him credit. And I got to give credit. Let's give credit to Ben Griffin too. I mean, what a great year. Yeah. And you know who was there? And we're going to get into the Ryder Cup here, but I'm going to give you my sleeper pick. Who's going to be the star? I mean, obviously Scheffler's like the star, but there's got to be more than
somebody
one.
You don't expect.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you got to have. Yeah.
You look at our roster; it's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so Bradley said that he's very far along with his lineups. Like he knows already
who's playing with whom.
And because he's got such good eyes, and
he's not going to force Tiger and Phil to play with one another.
Those days are gone, isn't it? There's no longer, right? Oh, age gets you, doesn't it, Jimmy? Age gets you.
Ouch.
So we were talking about that. He used the practice rounds to try those pairings out to see how players was. I think that was really smart. And so, he kind of knows what he's going to do. I think a lot of them played well. Their confidence is good. But again, Bethpage, tight fairways, thick rough. It's going to be tough. You have any insights on that? Like your thoughts?
It's a brutal course. I've never played it.
Yeah.
My buddy Dan played it. In fact, my buddy Dan, his only hole-in-one in his entire life is at Bethpage.
On the black.
On the black. So
wait.
That's a pretty cool.
His only hole-in-one.
Yeah. He's only had one hole-in-one in his entire golfing career.
What the heck?
And it's on Bethpage Black.
That is a great memory. I mean, he'll be watching Ryder Cup. I'm like, oh, there's a hole I made hole-in-one at.
I got this hole.
I wonder which hole it was.
I want to say it was. For some reason, 6 stands out to me.
And I don't even know 6. I don't even know if it's a par 3, but
I think it's one of the ones on the front
we'll have to check. Hey, check in. Leave something in the comments if it's number 6, because that's pretty awesome that he made a hole-in-one there. Europe is no slouch, no joke. I don't know.
The best thing they ever did was get out of the Great Britain and Ireland and expand it to all of Europe for that team.
Right. Because that would have been tough.
It gave them a much better pool to pull players from. I mean,
right.
You figure we've got 330 million people in our country. We ought to be able to find 10 guys to play golf.
Yeah, they wouldn't get Hovland or John Rahm or any of those guys, right?
Yeah.
But they're loaded. I mean, and usually the Europeans have always kind of done better in Ryder Cup because I don't know how you feel. I mean, we'll talk about it, but I just feel our guys don't want to go. That's how I felt. I felt like the stars, it was kind of a nuisance for them. They just finished playing, they're grinding, and now they got to, the guys that have played multiple times. I just felt, for me, like a lot of those elite guys were kind of ho-humming it. Because you remember like a few years ago, there was all this rumbling about their jets and their foods and their chefs and all it, and they didn't like the way, and the PGA Tour had to step up its and
they didn't like the fact that they weren't getting paid. And it wasn't so much that they weren't getting paid. It was that I'm playing in this, and the PGA's putting all this money in their pocket. Let me have a say in where some of that money goes. I have a foundation, a charitable foundation, or a charity that I want to give some of this. Let me use some of it for that, because otherwise the PGA was just rolling around in money.
But again, I don't know really what the PGA makes off the Ryder Cup. I'm sure it's substantial, but I know they spend a lot. Yeah. And I know they've created this throughout history, right? Does Augusta make money? And because the Ryder Cup doesn't get a check, then I guess I get that, but that's my point. So when you're already having these thoughts in your head, like, I'm not sure if I even want to go. I want, we're not getting paid. I just, blah, blah, blah. It sounds a little bit whiny to me, right?
Yeah. Some of them have come across as whiny.
A lot, right? I tell you what, though, this team that we have, they're hungry. This is not a team that's whining. You know why? Because most of them, this is like a new experience. So I have a feeling that you're going to see a different side of some of these guys. And so before I give you like some of my predictions, do you have anything that you wanted to like, just your thoughts about it? Like,
I'm the same way. I mean, I think that if you've noticed historically, the Europeans play better in the team format of alternate shot
camaraderie
or two ball, and the U.S. always seems to play better in the singles matches.
Right.
I don't know whether it's because our guys just don't, at the time, just didn't get along with each other that well, or didn't know each other that well, and it always seemed like the European players had a lot more camaraderie between them than the U.S. team always did.
I think that's absolutely true. And what?
Yeah, and that's.
So I think that's absolutely true, and I think it comes, and they've said this a lot. That up until the last maybe 5 or 6 years, the European Tour was still relatively, I'm going to use the word here, rough compared to the PGA Tour. Like rough in the sense like the travel, the trains, the getting there. The players kind of bond in their travels, sharing homes and sharing room, because it's not like our tour. It's very different. So the players are interacting with each other. Now their superstars are now world superstars. So
it didn't have the money it has now.
No, and it's got more. Yeah. And they can go play, and you got money in the Middle East, and you got money in all these places. But so I still think that they love it. Like they love playing for Europe against like just beating America.
That and you haven't heard of me, huh? Okay.
Yeah, here we go, right? Yeah.
You're going to know me by the end of this weekend.
So this is my take. My take is that we're going to have a much better team play than we normally do. I don't think we'll be way behind in team play going into singles. I think singles are going to be tougher this year. I think because the only thing is that we are at home, so there is that, like, the crowds and all that stuff. But there's going to be a lot of Europeans there, guaranteed, because it's New York, right? Yeah. And so you're going to see a ton of people rooting for the European team. And I think it's going to be exciting. I kind of see the teams being really close. I don't think you're going to see a bunch of like swamps like we saw before a couple of years. And I think the individuals will be interesting. I think we're going to see an awesome Ryder Cup. Now here's my pick. You ready? I think it's going to be like that, like a JJ Spaun, somebody like him that's going to come down the stretch and have that pinnacle match. Where everybody else is. Yeah. Kind of like win-loss. Here's
the one we really, really need.
Yeah. And they're always going to be the guy that, that kind of gets closed out a little early, 3 to go, 5 to go. Hope not 5, but, there's always a few that play lousy or whatever, right? Yeah. But it's going to be a darling to me. Like somebody, like he's had a big year, but I don't know what it is about him.
He's just been so
steady.
good.
He's steady, and I like him a lot. I think I just like him. So that's my pick for the secret sauce. You like that too?
I like that.
But again, of course, Europe could come out in charge, and
like you said, there's no slouches on the European team.
Not at all. Not at all.
You've got Tommy Fleetwood, you've got Rory McIlroy.
Oh, they're loaded. I mean, if you look on paper, they got more experience.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I think they're right there. I mean, we've got a lot of inexperienced guys going, but our guys are tough. I'm telling you. I think this new wave is different because they want to win and they want to represent us. So I'm excited to watch. I know a lot of people are, and it does get me a little fired up. Towards the end of the year, there's really nothing big going on after this, right?
No.
Until we get
done till January when we watch them go to Hawaii.
But there'll be some. I mean, there's still that. This is like the FedEx Cup, whatever it calls. It's like a whole second thing they're running. I also forgot our sponsor.
Hey,
Divot board, right? We talk about this. If you want to work on your game and need help figuring what you're doing, this is a great product. When you make your shot, you're supposed to hit the ball and then create a forward divot, right? But most of us don't do that. What we tend to do is hit before the ball. That's a heavy shot. Or we hit way in front without hitting any of it. That's a top. And I get a lot of these guys like hitting that ball over the top, going left, hitting a slice. See that? That would be a slice with the face open. What you want to do is make contact and go boom. That's what we're looking for, okay? So if you want a divot board, in the link in the description, it's divot board / Coach Bento. Get one. You'll get the best price they offer. They'll take care of you. Divot board. Really, really good to help your game. Sorry I forgot about the beginning. But got to push that in.
Hey, we were excited about Scottie.
We were so excited. Locally, we have some cool things going on. We actually started up some of our adult classes in September. So we got a Wednesday morning men's. We've still got ladies going on Saturday. The juniors picked up. So my Saturday juniors got pretty big. My Tuesday's getting big. Still got all my high school players. They're all like maybe third week into their matches. Some of them are doing well. Some of them are struggling, competitive. I don't know if people know, but high school golf here is played, in kind of a rough time of the year. Weather's been pretty good though. We haven't had a lot of washouts so far.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Hey.
And my players are doing well, but really high school season is just to get warm up for the districts and regionals. So I keep telling my kids, don't panic if you're having a few bad rounds because you're getting ready for the district and the regional. That's all it's about. So anyway, if you're looking for information on those things, just go to shootparnow.com. Check it out. There's all kinds of things to look at. And make sure to follow James and I on Instagram. Mine is Arlen Bento JR at Instagram. I post daily tips. There's a link if you want to see 3 videos that I give to everybody when you sign up for my newsletter. And he's at Stammer Golf.
Yep.
At Instagram. So that's kind of what we hope you guys take a look at our Instagram stuff. Anything else you got?
Now you're shoot par now.
Yeah.
What advice would you give John Daly after his weekend?
Whoa, we're going to go there, aren't we?
John Daly.
Yes, he did.
Recorded a 19.
Highest in record.
Now, I was there when he had the 18 at Bay Hill.
He don't care. He don't care.
And yeah, John Daly, he took a 19.
So, but that's the kind of stuff that makes everybody still love him, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I mean, it still makes people fall in love.
Yep. Minnehaha Country Club in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Indian, okay.
He hit 7 straight shots into the hazard.
Yeah. Didn't probably never switch clubs.
He's persistent if nothing else.
He's consistently persistent. Poor John. When does it become a joke? When does notoriety end the game? Because he still, I think he still really enjoys playing and the crowds.
Oh, he loves the interaction with the crowd
but they at that point they don't care. Now there is somebody in the field that he took their spot, right? Because of whatever he's not qualifying for these. He's just exempt, right?
Yeah.
because of his status on tour.
Status on tour, yeah.
But I'm sure there's some other guy that would love to be out there that not going to throw a crazy number on the board. I mean, I'm not embarrassed.
How would you like to be leading the tournament and you're playing with John and John's taking 19 strokes?
Was he even in contention?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't think think he's made a cut. I don't think he's made a check.
You're 20 shots better than him.
That is kind of it's an interesting story, but kind of I don't know. I'm kind of sad that he makes a 19. But he's done 18, so maybe his brain maybe he just said. I wonder if he even said to himself, "I'm just going to go ahead and make 19. Why not? Just break my record. It's the highest record. It'll always sit."
I didn't think 18 would get broken, but
19 over.
19. He took a 19
on a hole, not over
19 strokes on one hole.
God, it makes everybody else everybody else loves that because they go, "Oh, that's what I do." I mean, not quite that. I do better than that.
Yeah, I pick up long before that. I'm in my pocket way before that.
I wonder if he ran out of golf balls.
In fact, you mentioned running out of golf balls. When he was playing the 6th hole at Bay Hill, big long par 5 that goes around the lake.
Right, the big sweeper, right?
He hit 6 straight shots into the lake.
Well, he was trying to cut the corner, right?
And his caddy said to him,
"That's a Tin Cup moment."
He goes, "Last ball, boss." So it's like, is he going to change change his line or what?
But he did
changed it just a little bit.
So he finished the whole round after that with one ball.
With one ball.
For him, that's pretty good.
And it was, that was his back 9 because he had started on 10.
Yeah.
So that was his back 9. But and I was talking to him after the
round. You were interviewing him.
I was walking with him. I was following him on the front 9.
Okay.
And so he gets done, and he says, "Well, how about that?" He goes, he birdied the 7th hole. He knocked it to 3 feet from the hole.
Yep.
And made birdie on the par 3 7th hole, and then par 8 and 9 coming in. So he held it together after an 18.
He's an interesting guy. He's an interesting guy.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be it for our show.
Hey,
thank you for watching it. Stay tuned for our lesson tip. I'm going to help James with his putting. We're going to talk a lot about pressure putting and some things that you can do when you're under pressure that'll help you make more putts. And you'll see some of the things I talk about you may notice when you watch the Ryder Cup this weekend, okay?
Very good.
Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hey everyone, Coach Bento here, going to help you with your game, doing a lesson tip with James in the Shoot Par Now show. What I wanted to talk today about helping you with pressure putts. And there's a little bit of a science to this. A lot of people don't take the time to do, so I'm going to share some things with you, okay? So I'm just going to have James set up here. Before he even makes a couple putts, I just want to work on his setup. So set up over it. Okay. So no matter what your setup is, the ball should be a little bit forward of center because you want to be coming up on the ball a little bit. But other than technique, because we're not going to get all into technique, I'm just going to give you a couple really big tips that'll help you make more putts under pressure. Okay, so the first one, you ready for this, Jimmy? It's a weird one. I want you to listen to the ball moving along the grass.
Okay.
Now, this sounds a little nuts, but it's actually a trick to teach yourself not to move. So when you kind of turn on your ear, your senses of your hearing, it tends to stabilize your body. Okay, so this is a really good tip when you're struggling. So I want you to putt. Now we're going to be able to hear it a little bit better in here, and we don't care about where it goes. He's lined up good. This is like a 10-foot putt here. It's got a little break left. So I just want you to listen to the ball rolling on the turf. That's your goal. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. You heard it?
I heard it.
Yeah. So it's easier in turf, but if you're out, did that go in? Good job. If you were outside, you can actually hear the ball move on the grass. People go, "Oh, that's crazy, Coach." I get it.
I can hear it skid the first foot.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you're really conscious when you're putting to listen for that ball rolling, it just helps you stay in the putt a lot longer, Okay, let's grab that ball back and come here again. And then the second thing I wanted to add to this is just like over ball stuff, like not even talking about how you stroke it or what you do, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The second one is really important, and here's what I want you to do on this one. So you're stabilizing yourself. You're listening for it, which keeps your head from moving. But when you finish the putt, I don't want you to go from putt to look. That's what I see so much of. People putt and they go into look. So they come out of posture, they stand up and they start looking. And usually they don't even realize it, but they're doing that before they hit the ball. They're starting to go into the look, and that moves the posture and gets the putter all messed up. So here's my tip. When you putt, try this one. And let's do it without the ball one time. Okay. So when you putt, the only thing you get to do to try to track the ball is a small head tilt. Okay, so make your stroke, putt, and when you look, you only get to do that. Okay. That little swivel, I call it, where the head just swivels. So you're trying to pick up the ball in swivel, which is going to help you stay in posture and do a better job controlling the putt, especially when you're under pressure. Because when you're under pressure, that's when your technique breaks down, and things like looking for it, because you want it so bad, right? That's when you break down and start doing silly stuff. So let's just putt this one, nothing crazy. And just, I want you to, like, when you finish, keep your head in a little swivel. That's what I kind of want you to work on. Feel the swivel. Good. Oh, that was perfect. Look at that thing. Boom, right there, just like the Ryder Cup. So those two tips are going to be very helpful when you have a putt that's under pressure. Now, obviously, this is, putting. We got to talk a little bit of what you do before. So the size of your putting stroke controls the distance. It's not, you shouldn't be feeling like you hit it hard and soft. You kind of want to feel like the stroke is making contact with the ball the same way, no matter if it's a really long putt. Well, I shouldn't say that. If it's a putt like 30 feet, you can just make it feel the same. You just want to make your motion a little bigger. When you get past 30, 40, 50 feet, you're going to have to give it a little bit of a little hand speed, because you can't make your stroke go that far. But on the putts like 30 feet and in, depending on how fast your greens are too, you want to feel like you're stroking the ball. So I like coaching the size of stroke gets smaller as the putts get closer, and then the size of your stroke gets bigger and as the putts get longer. In our classes, when we take beginners, we coach a lot about size of stance. Okay. And we use our back toe as a guide. So we coach a 1, 2, 3, just kind of getting people to understand, a small stance, small motion goes X, and then they kind of figure out and they kind of elaborate as they move through the system. The other thing too that I think a lot of people don't do a good job of is when you read your putts, you want to read it from behind the ball, like where it's going, and then you want to walk and read it from the opposite side. Now, you don't want to take forever because you don't want to be a slow player, but you can figure out how to do this pretty quickly. And if you're walking to a putt, you might want to look at it from the opposite side as you walk to it. Yeah. But it's amazing how you see the breaks differently when you look at it both ways. And it'll really give you a chance to commit to the putt. A lot of times putting woes are because players just don't commit to the putt. They're not sure and they kind of indecisive and they just kind of blah. And it goes wherever. And that's not how good players do it. So the last thing I just wanted to add, and I'll go over the tip. So the first tip was listen for it. That'll help you keep steady. 2, head tilts, so you don't come out of posture.
Your body doesn't move, your head tilts.
And 3, which is part of the tip today, is look at it both ways. Once you know where you want the ball to go, I forgot to mention, it's part of the last one. You want to pick an intermediate target. You want to putt towards something, line up towards something that's only 2 feet in front of the ball. So you've got the feel for it. You've got your technique dialed in. You understand what the movements are like, right, to make the contact. Just stay focused on that 2-foot line. Because if you started on that line where it should go, you got a much better chance, right, of getting the putt close to the hole. Now, if you misread or you miss the line, that happens all the time. But if you're not, you're giving yourself a chance, especially under pressure, to make a putt.
And like you said, aiming at a spot a few feet in front of you.
Yeah.
If you watch the pros, their caddy will go by and he'll point to a spot.
Oh yeah, they're doing it. I'm not making it up.
I know your buddies in your golf group. He's holding the pin and you're 30 feet away. He's going, you want to aim about here. Well, how am I going to see here from 30 feet away?
Well, He's trying to help, and most people don't even know how to do it.
But that's like, this is why if you watch the pros, they're not looking at something 30 feet away.
No, they're all intermediate, something up close, right? All right, so that's going to be our tip for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. The comments help. We would love to hear from you. And we hope this helps your game, and looking forward to the Ryder Cup this week.
Woohoo! Now let me make this putt to win this thing.